So welcome to Jumbo IS and welcome to our lecture series called Daily MCQ Practice. In this lecture series, we cover a particular day's current affairs through a set of 4 to 5 MCQs. The purpose of this lecture series is very simple. We want you to cover your current affairs on a daily basis, and we also want you to revise your current affairs because revision is very important. But you can get the best revision through the much needed MCQ practice, which will come in really handy for your prelims examination next year. So through this lecture series, we'll be covering 4 to 5 MCQs on a daily basis from current affairs alone. Mind you, for polity, geography, history, we'll have separate MCQ series. This is just solely focused on current affairs. And these 4 to 5 MCQs on a daily basis would add up to more than 1200 MCQs from current affairs alone. And ask any civil services aspirant, serious civil services aspirant, 1200 MCQs from the topic of current affairs alone is more than sufficient. While you're giving your prelims examination, when you will be giving your prelims examination, you wouldn't worry about current affairs provided you have followed this lecture series regularly and consistently. So make this lecture series a part of your daily routine. Okay, enough of the introduction. Let's straight away jump into the lecture, starting with question number 1. Consider the following statements regarding submarine-launched ballistic missiles. India recently tested K4 SLBM from INS Arighat. K4 SLBM has a strike range of around 5,000 kilometers. Apart from India, only USA, Russia and China have SLBMs. Now look, submarine-launched ballistic missiles, as the name suggests, these are ballistic missiles that can be launched from a submarine. And what is a submarine? Submarine is a ship that travels underwater so that it remains undetected to the enemy. Okay, now you can launch a missile from submarine also. Okay, and very few countries have access to submarine launched ballistic missiles. Now India has recently test fired an SLBM, submarine launched ballistic missile called K4, and it is case actually stands for Kalam, APJ Abdul Kalam, former president of India, missile man of India, right? So this K4 ballistic missile is an SLBM. It was test fired from INS Arighat. INS Arighat is India's nuclear submarine. Okay, as you all know that there are two types of submarines, conventional called diesel electric submarines. Then there are nuclear submarines. Okay, just a second. Okay. So diesel electric and nuclear submarines, right? India only has one nuclear submarine apart from Arighat, and that is Arihant. So Arighat is India's second nuclear submarine. Nuclear submarines are more efficient. Now, from this nuclear submarine INS Arighat, K4 SLBM was test fired. So this is correct. Now the range of this K4 SLBM was 3,500 kilometers. Okay. 3,500 kilometers, not 5,000 kilometers. India is developing a 5,000 kilometer SLBM that is called K5. Okay, K4 is 3,500 kilometers. So this is false. And very few countries have SLBMs. India belongs to this elite club of countries that have SLBMs. Okay, this elite club consists of USA, okay, Russia, UK, France, China, and now India. So it is an elite club of 6 countries. India is one of them. So apart from India, only USA, Russia, China? No. UK and France also have SLBM. So this is also false. Only one is correct. The correct answer is A. Okay. Question 2. Which of the following statements are correct regarding landscape fires? As per recent report in Lancet, landscape fire source air pollution has caused more casualties in India than any other country. Okay. Particulate matter released from such fires causes respiratory and cardiovascular ailments. Okay. It also releases black carbon, which has high global warming potential. Now look, recently the world's most famous medical journal called Lancet International released an article which talked about landscape fires. Now landscape fires include forest fires, okay, fires in grasslands, and it also includes fires in agricultural fields like stubble burning in India. Okay, so when entire landscape is on fire, this is landscape fires. Now landscape fires like forest fires actually lead to loss of life if any wildlife or if any person comes into its grip, but it also causes air pollution, which is known as landscape fire source air pollution. And LFS air pollution leads to deaths. Now, as per this report, it was found that between 2000 to 2019, it has caused more than 1.53 million deaths globally. This air pollution caused by landscape fires. And the country that has the most casualties is China. After that, it is Democratic Republic of Congo. Okay, then it's India. So India is not the one with most casualties, but still it is the third it has the third rank on this list. Okay, China has the most casualties, so this is false. Now when these forest fires happen or this stubble burning happens, it releases very fine particulate matter which gets trapped in your respiratory system and cause respiratory ailments and cardiovascular problems. So this part is correct. Okay, particulate matter pollution, whether it's PM 2.5 or PM 10, it causes cardiovascular and respiratory problems. These fires also release small black carbon particles, also known as soot. Okay, these small carbon particles, also known as black carbon, they absorb solar radiation and cause global warming. They have a very high global warming potential, and this leads to the problem of climate change. So this part is also correct. 2 and 3. All right. Question number 3. Consider the following statements regarding the preamble of Indian Constitution. It was based on objectives resolution tabled in Constituent Assembly in 1946. The original preamble did not have the words socialist and secular in it. The 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act 1976 was referred to as the mini constitution. Okay, now look, you must, I am sure that you're familiar with the preamble of India. Okay, it starts with we the people of India having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign, socialist, democratic, secular republic, right? Right. Now, this preamble is based on objectives resolution tabled on December 13, 1946 by Jawaharlal Nehru. Okay, this objectives resolution was basically a resolution to lay down the basic philosophy of our constitution. Okay, so during the initial days of our Constituent Assembly on December 13, 1946, Jawaharlal Nehru tabled this and it was passed in the Constituent Assembly. So our preamble is based on this objectives resolution. Now, the original preamble that was with the 1950 Constitution, when our Constitution was passed, the original preamble started as we, the people of India, having solemnly resolved to constitute India into a sovereign democratic republic. The words socialist and secular were not a part of it. But the words socialist and secular were added to this statement in preamble in 1976 through 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. And 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act did not just add these two words in our preamble, it also made a slew of changes. It made so many changes to our constitution apart from the adding these two words that it was referred to as the mini constitution because it changed our constitution dramatically. Okay, so this is also correct, B. And last, consider the following statements regarding National Mission on Natural Farming. It aims to bring an additional 7.5 lakh hectares of area with implementation in 15,000 clusters in Gram Panchayat and reach 1 crore farmers. Okay, it is a central sector scheme with a total budgetary outlay of 6,000 crores. Under this, 10,000 bio input resource centers will be set up for easy availability of bio inputs. Okay, which of the above statements are correct? Now, recently, government has passed that it is going to launch National Mission on Natural Farming, which will promote natural farming among farmers and not prevent them, but basically ask them or persuade them to give up on chemical agriculture, use of chemical fertilizers, chemical pesticides, and use more natural farming methods. Okay. Now, this aims to bring 7.5 lakh hectares of area under natural farming. This will reach around 1 crore farmers. So, this is absolutely correct. Now, this scheme is basically a centrally sponsored scheme, not central sector scheme. You see, central sector scheme is 100% funded by central government. Centrally sponsored scheme is partly funded by central government, partly funded by state government. So it's not a central sector, it's centrally sponsored. And the total budgetary outlay would be some 2000 to 2500 crores by center and 1000 to 1500 crores by states. Okay, so this statement is false. Now, to promote natural farming among farmers, government wants to give them all the facilities. Now, for farming, farmer needs inputs like fertilizers and pesticides, right? So, to allow farmers to have access to these chemical-free fertilizers and chemical-free pesticides, government is setting up 10,000 bio-input resource centers for farmers under this scheme. So, this part is correct. Okay, 1 and 3 only. The answer is A. And with that, we conclude today's session. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. And I'm sure it has added value to your preparation. Please do not forget to download the notes for this lecture. Why am I saying that? Because in these notes, you will find detailed written solutions to all the questions discussed in the lecture. Okay. So it will take hardly 5 to 10 minutes, but go through those written solutions because that would allow you to revise these MCQs and put them in your memory for longer periods of time, basically. Right? So please revise these notes. You can find these notes on our Telegram channel, and the link to our Telegram channel is provided in the comment section below this video. Just click on that link, it will take you to our Telegram channel, and from there you can download the notes for not just this lecture, but all the other lectures featuring on our YouTube channel. On that note, I'll be signing off. Thank you so much, everyone.